And welcome to another segment of Delta Sip where we sip slow and talk what we know. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about the petition that has been going around. A lot of people say they didn't even know about a petition. This petition has been started to remove the president of Mississippi Valley State University. Now, if you're out there, please share this video so that a lot of people can join in and talk about if they're interested in this petition. To talk about what's going on. If you will give me a second, I'll be right back and I am going to play a commercial. Please share this. So use this opportunity to share. Go behind the scenes on Facebook and just share this, okay?
Hi, I'm Angeline Ann Wardell, and I am running for school board member in District 3. Yes, I do have experience. I didn't put down all my experience, but it's a very poor wind that can't rain on their own parade every once in a while. Back before I was born, my dad was one of the ones to push the stones away at Mississippi Valley State to build a school for his children. All the sharecroppers out of Kruger, Mississippi showed up at Valley to help clean off land and do whatever. So education have always been in my blood. My mom taught school. I got 3 sisters that teach school. The rest of them are preachers. I have 2 sons that are principals. My husband had worked at Mississippi Valley State as an instructor for 40 years, and he retired and started over again. This position that I'm running for is not personal. It's a position that I need to fill to make a difference. We can talk about bond issues all we want, but what about a failing school? We are the school. District 3, I'm talking to you most of all, because without you, I won't be able to get this position. We are the school. If I'm elected, I know exactly what we need to do to pull that D up. If I'm elected, I can tell you that the bond issue won't be no problem to get on the ballot. You put it on the one where it's a full ballot. So you're going to have more people out and more people to vote. To give you a little history of how long we have been in need of schools in this area. Amanda Elza was built in 1960. LaFleur County High was built in 1929. And Greenville High School started out in 1904 at Davis. And then during the 40s, they moved to Greenville High area where they are now. Shame on us. Why? Why have we let this happen? And like I said, put it on the ballot. Let people vote yes or no. Let them decide if we need a school. Everybody are paying taxes. If you go to the store and buy a lollipop, you are going to pay taxes on it. More people pay taxes than just homeowners. I want everybody to know in District 3, you pay taxes. No matter where you live or what you're doing or what you're eating, you are paying taxes. So you are just as important in this election as anybody else. We deserve better for our children. And I would also like to say, in our schools, we need a hall monitor on every hall. Every hall need a monitor. I want y'all to know, it's half of the Greenwood know exactly what I'm talking about. They know why I'm saying this. District 3, the most saddest thing that could happen in our school district would be a faculty member, one of our teachers, some of our workers, or a student to lose their life. That's why we need hall monitors. And we don't need to wait no real long time to get them. We will get results. Remember the saying that around town all the time, saying that people should be held accountable? I want to see that happen with the school board. If it can happen around town, it needs to happen. And to all our elected officials, the school have a D. What are you saying? Are you asking any questions about a D? And I think it's been a D for quite some time. Let's get on top of that. The school board should be held accountable. My last word I want to leave, real courage is moving forward when the outcome is uncertain. Thank you very much. Vote for Angeline Ann Wardell.
Paid for by the committee to elect Angeline Ann Wardell.
And thank you so much for tuning in. That was Mrs. Wardell over in LaFleur County, who is seeking to become a part of the board over there at LaFleur County's Consolidated School District. Now, I want to jump right on in. I have invited several people to come on and actually join us, okay? And I've even invited Dr. Briggs, who is traveling. And so we want to make sure that we are being fair across the board to everybody. All right. And over here at the Mike Magazine on Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know, we pride ourselves in making sure that you have nothing but the best in sound bites and everything to make sure that you have the option to decide what you think is going to happen. And with that being said, I am going to jump right on in. And I want to say thank you so much to Party Primetime and Reynolds for donating the hair to your girl. Thank you so much, Miss Shantila Harvey Nash, for donating to the Mike Magazine. It means so much. That will go a long way. Y'all gonna see me wearing this hair for a while. So don't be mad, okay? So if you want to get like her, just go on and donate your girl some hair. If you want to see me in something different, let me know. Again, thank you so much to Prime Time Party and Reynolds over in Indianola, Mississippi, where they do the decorating. If you have like some type of event that needs to be done, you get at Shantila Harvey Nash and her husband, Reggie Nash. Reggie Nash is a graduate of Mississippi Valley State University, and he's AFIQ. So big shout out to him and his wife. We do want to say that we had a person who passed away on November the 1st, okay, from the Migos. And his name is Takeoff. And a lot of people probably don't know Takeoff per se. But if you've heard that song, Fight Night was that song was played at a lot of football games, a lot of basketball games, and that's him. That's actually him on the hook. If you know me, know than my first way, some certified, gotta check my resume. That's him. Okay, he was shot, fatally shot in Houston, okay? And we do know that Jackson State University is in Houston this weekend, and I think they actually touched down on today. And Coach Prime already told them that they will not be leaving the hotel because of what has happened to Takeoff, okay? So we want to ask that you guys be safe out there. Make sure that you're doing everything necessary to govern yourselves accordingly. And with that being said, I want to thank everybody who's on. Yes, he's Offset's cousin. To everyone who is on, and we're gonna go on and jump right on in because I know you guys don't want to hear me talk about Primetime Party Rental, donating your girl some hair, but I'm so glad about it. But we just heard from Miss Wardell, and we want to say thank you so much for allowing the Mike Magazine to create your commercial for you for your campaign. Okay, now we're gonna go on and play this commercial because this is the why for today. Why are we here? I did invite Rags to come on. I've yet to see Rags on. I did invite Famous Amos. He was on. I don't know if he has a bad connection and he dropped off. But we have some people who have been invited. So don't say that you didn't have an opportunity to speak to what some of the people in the community are talking about. Now, not everybody even knows about this petition, okay? So over here, we want to make sure that we have some people who understand what's going on and can explain to you their take on what's happening at Mississippi Valley State University. So without further ado, let me play this for you. Angela Buckner coming to you with another Mike moment. There's a petition circulating calling for the removal of Dr. Briggs, started by We Want Change MVSU. The petition has garnered up almost 1,000 signatures already. In the petition, there are a lot of concerns, one of which in particular talks about the enrollment drop in comparison to the other universities across the state of Mississippi. Mississippi Valley State University squared off against Alabama A&M, where they snagged the win, MVSU 30, Alabama 20. This game was aired on ESPN. Some Valley supporters did reach out to the Mike magazine, expressing their disbelief in the fact that the crowd was not where they believed it should have been with ESPN on the campus. Many Valley supporters say they believe this game should have been used as a form of recruitment for local high schools in the surrounding areas. Again, the petition talks about the removal of Dr. Jerryl Briggs from the presidency. Briggs replaced Dr. William Bynum, who went on to become the president of Jackson State University, and Briggs has been at the helm for approximately 5 years. The petition alleges financial aid issues, lack of innovative ideas or ways to bring students to the Valley, negligence and lack of leadership, lack of infrastructure, and the list carries on. Senator Jordan had the opportunity to invite Dr. Jerryl Briggs and Dr. Al Rankins to a Voters League meeting just recently. When Dr. Briggs was asked about the enrollment number, here's what he had to say.
Well, I'm always hesitant to give a number because we're still going through our financial clearance process, and where students are, we're working with students who have some balances and that sort of thing to make sure that they don't have to leave the university. So once we get done with that process, then normally there's a system-wide announcement that will come out usually sometime in early November. So at that point, we'll be able to show exactly what our number is.
Have we seen any growth with the online enrollment?
Well, the growth in the online happened primarily because of the pandemic. Now, because we're going through our accreditation process as a comprehensive institution, we have to have a balance on campus, in class, in-person classes, and online. Okay. But that's something that we're going to be asking for an expansion of in this process to give us a little more flexibility to add more online classes and completely online programs. Okay.
Again, here are the numbers that Dr. Briggs spoke of. Dr. Briggs has confirmed that he is aware of the petition. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to all of our social media platforms. Angela Buckner here, the voice behind the mic. And we do want to take this time to tell Coach Dancy congratulations on snagging that win on ESPN, man. That's a big deal. They played against Alabama A&M. Mississippi Valley State score was 30 and A&M scored 20. So we again want to always thank our student athletes and the coach and the coaching staff for a job well done. And it feels good to actually get a win here in our community. And so what that does, it boosts the morale of the students and the state community stakeholders as well. Now, I am about to bring on two people from the community. Give me just a second. We just had this brother on the other night, Alan Mitchell, and we have Mr. Kenneth Rags that we're going to add. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you're out there, please share this live, because we are on a platform where people are actually get an opportunity to hear the actual news story that I put together so that they can get a gist of what's going on with this petition. Alan, what do you know about this petition?
I haven't heard of it, but actually just seeing it through the your commercial and the interview that you just have just showed on the show. But here's I already had thoughts about this, even if I didn't see it, even if I hear it. This has been a conversation been had over the years. Mississippi Valley has been trending down on enrollment since the 90s. Back when people was going to Valley, and the trend was just going down. Most of our kids been going to Mississippi State, Jackson State, Alcorn, most other SWAC schools. It's been a stigma on Valley for years. This is not
Oh, wow.
a president issue. This has been a
Mhm.
community issue of how they view Valley, how they always talked about Valley. Man, you went to Valley, you didn't get a good education. I done had some people that went to Valley like, man, it was so easy. I didn't like it. You know, it was just too easy for me. So the stigma on Valley did start with the president what we have in today. So for them
Okay.
trying to get rid of him and go to this extra length and mile, this is
Mm-hmm.
a problem that's been created over the years since the
Mm-hmm.
90s.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was coming out with the Valley, they was ragging on Valley. Valley has always been the butt of a lot of jokes. They
Oh,
never
wow.
took they never took their school serious. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you had Coach Prime over there.
Yeah.
They would treat Valley still the same.
Oh,
And by
wow.
Jackson State having this booming success because of Coach
Mm-hmm.
Prime, their enrollment went up because of him. Now
Mm-hmm.
they were treated down as well because people would go to Valley because of the crime. Who want to be around, get their cars broken in and just go, you see what I'm saying? The safety issues was always the issue in Jackson. Now Coach
Right.
Prime is there.
Because we know that Jackson State is in the heart of the ghetto, as they say.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And when you speak to a community issue, I got to tell you, this is true because when I tell somebody as a journalist who's an entrepreneur that I went to Mississippi Valley State University, it's really hard for me to get sponsorship because I didn't go to a different type of university.
Right.
But I will
Right.
have you know that Dr. Briggs was invited to the Voters League a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, he and Dr. Rankins. And Dr. Briggs prided himself on saying to us, okay, those who were in attendance, and you can watch it in its entirety on Facebook or YouTube from the Mike magazine. He said, I have good news here for you. Mississippi Valley State University students were coming from a certain percentage of poverty when it comes to the enrollment and the students who made up who went to Valley. Now, I might be misquoting him, but he was giving, and you can go and watch him say what he's saying, but I'm going to play some of what Dr. Briggs talked about. You can Valley's education is just as good as anybody else's. And Alan, you and I know this already.
Yep. Yep.
We know this because we've turned out doctors, lawyers, engineers, surgeons, you name it, they have come
Yes. They come through
from
Valley.
State University. And for too long, we have not been giving each other the respect as SWAC people that, you know, we bring a contribution to this thing. And even our own people in the community are probably telling their children, hey, go to a different university. But for me,
Right.
but for me,
Right.
I know that there is a responsibility on our behalf to grab a child and tell a child, hey, I went to Valley. You should consider going to Valley. But I'm going to tell you something. If they hear this petition and they say, oh, they trying to get rid of their president, why would I want to go there?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that petition further drives enrollment
Down
down
enrollment. Right.
indirectly. Because what'll happen, you'll look up and you won't have a university. You'll be heard.
Right.
You'll be heard through a petition. And you said you didn't even know about it, right? But
Mm.
for those who have heard about it, they speak to the affirmative. They say, hey, we need to get rid of this president because this president is not doing this, and this. It has a lot of allegations in it, okay? And
Mhm.
Dr. Briggs is aware of the petition, never gave a comment on it, but he did confirm that he's aware of this petition, all right? Now,
Mhm.
again, you have some people who don't even know about it except for now, right?
Yep.
And they're
Right.
saying that why would I send a child to Valley if they don't want to keep the president that they do have? And we know that this has been in our community for a long time.
Long time.
Even when I was there and I worked in the president's office as a student, and I was working under Dr. Newman. Okay.
Yeah, I've been
I know
documented.
about accreditation. I know about SACs. Okay. Because I got an opportunity to hear those jargons and all of those acronyms being tossed around on the executive level. But a lot of people out here don't know what accreditation is and what you can do, what happens if you will lose accreditation. Rags, welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, how you all doing?
We're doing
All
fine.
right, great.
Um, Tell us a little bit about this petition.
Okay, the petition that is going around is simply about the removal of Dr. Briggs. Let me say this: everything rises and falls on leadership.
Okay.
I heard Alan talked about it even in the '90s. I'm a product of Mississippi Valley State in the '90s.
Okay.
I can put my education with anybody in the United States. Matter of fact, I'm good at what I do in my field, and I
Mm-hmm.
work. My coworker graduated from Mississippi State, Ole
Mm-hmm.
Miss, Southern Miss, all environmentalists. But guess what? I'm one of the best in the state of Mississippi.
All
So,
right.
Wow.
education wise, I can hold up.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is then and now was I knew I wanted to go to Grambling. Let me say that. But I had a sister
Yeah.
coming behind me a year later in high school. I knew my mom and dad couldn't afford
That's
to
right.
pay full tuition out of state fees. So
That's right.
Mr.
Right.
Tremere gave me a full scholarship ride
Mm-hmm.
to Mississippi
Right.
Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference then and now is the problem is they talked about Valley then. I'm a third, fourth generation of family folk. All of my
Yep.
folk doing good that
Mm-hmm.
graduated from Mississippi Valley. Let me say that. All of my family people. But the difference then is now was people recruited, even though they talked about they still was in these schools, you still was seeing people throughout the community. As of now, you don't see nobody from Valley. I
Hey,
know we don't have the money, we don't have the fund that they said $6,000 for recruiting for football. That's unheard of. But guess
I,
what? I give you $35, $40, put some gas in there. We can go from Indianola to Greenville, the east side to Greenwood within a 50-mile radius.
yes.
That's what I'm saying. All the thing we saying is that Valley President's not available no more. There's no
Mm,
difference between Valley and Delta State. Okay, they got rid of the president of Delta
Oh,
State a couple months ago because of lack of enrollment.
oh wow.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
But our president
Wow.
got a pay raise the exact same day. Come
Mm-hmm.
on.
Oh,
But my
wow.
thing is, don't get me wrong, Dr. Breed, he spoke to the Alumni Association this past Saturday
What was that
extensively.
about? What was that about?
Okay, he said that there's some great things going on, and he said about he told us about the anonymous donation, 2 point some $1 million. There's some things going on. He did share with that the enrollment was going to drop. He was said Kimbrough Transport had made a donation to the universe. So there's some great things and stuff. But hey, all the thing I'm saying and talked about in the floor hall need to be tore down and they need different type of doing like apartment complex. You should have been talking to us all of the time. That's the only thing I'm saying. Why now? Why now? But if this gonna make him wake up and start putting Valley first because he been too quiet. And if you go on the campus, if you go on the campus, there's a lot of things. And see, we got to do some house cleaning too now. And there's a lot of things we got to do some house cleaning. I have sat on the accreditation board for the environmental health several times to keep them accredited. And now I'm hearing that we about to lose the accreditation. And people like me take it
Mm,
personal because I work in
right.
the environmental health field and I shared with them a couple of years ago. There's some things they what need to been done. But hey, I'm just Kenneth Drag. But I think we need to
Did
utilize
it?
our alumni. We got to get back to the grassroots where Mississippi Valley State was founded on. It was
Mm-hmm.
people in the Mississippi Delta.
Mm-hmm.
And I stated on my live feed a couple years ago when I was inspecting Greenville Western High School cafeteria. You
Mm-hmm.
saw Alcorn in the cafeteria there. You saw Jackson State every time
Mm-hmm.
nobody saw Mississippi Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it
Well,
agree with you,
started.
Kenneth.
And guess what? And Doctor, you said something, Alan, but guess what? All of it, but it is Dr. Breed's fault because guess what? He the head, and they gonna look at the head. I passed up a church in my church. Guess what? Guess who they look at when things go wrong? They
The
look at
head.
me.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Cause
Now, like I
underneath,
said, I agree with you. I agree with you when you say if he's not been active in the community, that's a
he too
downslate.
quiet.
Like we have a
He
mayor.
too quiet.
Yeah,
He too
like
quiet. That's all I'm saying. He
I
too quiet.
yeah, yeah, and that could be an issue, especially when you have a school that's already been struggling, already been marked, already been ostracized, been talked about. Yes, I can, I agree totally with that. Sometimes you gotta do twice the effort, twice the speaking out, twice the movement. And if you know when you come to Valley, if I was president and I'm already know the marks against Valley, and I already know I gotta do twice the effort, twice the
Yeah.
recruitment, twice everything. I totally agree with you. I
I want
don't disagree with you at all on that.
I want to put up this enrollment. Give me just a
Nine
second.
percent drop off. 9%.
Okay, so
With the highest in the state.
we're looking at Mississippi Valley State University on the screen, right? And they
Right.
are okay. In the past, in the 2021, enrollment was 2,064, and in 2022 in fall, it says 1,879. Now, some even say that the numbers are lower than that because what we don't really see what they're counting. Okay, it's not a breakdown of what is being counted,
Right.
but dual enrollment is being counted. Faculty who attend those classes are counted.
Right.
Those
The
inmates,
inmates,
the inmates are being counted. So
non-traditional students,
I'm sorry, say that again.
the non-traditional students.
Non-traditional students are being counted. And so with that being said, I want to go to a commercial, and when I come back, we're going to bring Famous Amos on. Okay, give me just a second. Alan, would you like to stay? Would you like to continue on? I know you were doing something.
Yeah, I gotta go to work. I'm about to be watching though. I gotta go to work.
Thank you so much,
Pastor,
brother.
appreciate you, man. Good, keep up the good work. Y'all keep up the good work.
Thank
You
you.
too,
I, I,
No,
And
no,
if you are looking for landscaping, you can call Alan Mitchell. Okay, he does this type of work, and this is his number on the screen: 404-862-9082. Again, Alan Mitchell, who just gave his perspective, is a local entrepreneur in the LaFleur County area. All right, and so give me just a second here. We're gonna go through a commercial and come right back.
What you're doing right now and download the G Wood Live app. It's absolutely free. There's no cost. I'll say it again. It's absolutely free. It's your way to stay connected and stay involved in the community. Download the G Wood Live app on your Apple or your Google Play. Stay connected, stay positive, stay involved. Download the G Wood Live app today.
We are about to bring in Famous Amos. Famous Amos, if you can you please center yourself in your video so that we don't get any headroom when we bring you on? Okay, so we're about to bring this brother in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are one hard person to catch up to.
Be moving.
Okay, what is that I'm hearing in the back?
I don't know what that I ain't got. My better go.
Rags, is that you with noise in the back? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's Rags. So listen, I understand that you had an opportunity to meet with the executives. Is that something that you can discuss with us?
I can't go into too many details. Everything was positive though, if you want to know that.
Let's talk about recruitment.
So with recruitment, I'm just gonna put it like this here.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone plays a role in recruitment. Myself, you all,
Mm-hmm.
faculty, staff, everyone. You know what I'm saying? But y'all have to understand this. Even if you recruit, you gotta bring these kids to something of value. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With that we have to build as a unit. It's like bringing a person to to a fish fry, y'all ain't got no fish. You know,
but they're expecting to eat
they expect,
fish.
but it's just not gonna work. So you know, we just have to, you know, on our side, we have to do better with branding and marketing value, which you know I'm working on now. You know, just personally, we have to change with time. Like I understand people, you know, always screaming, "Look at Jack State, look at Jack State." Y'all have to understand. They understand the ideal of marketing, branding, and you know, finding the resources and going out there getting what they have. And I don't make excuses, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. People can say all day Valley always had this negative stigma. I have never been the one at Valley to keep that in my mind. Never have. I jump over them hurdles. I don't make no excuses. So if problem, we're gonna go out there and find a way to fix that problem. So quit saying, oh, it's COVID. Quit saying, oh, it's because where we at. Quit saying all of this. Those are purely excuses because veterans once at the top of their game countless times, which support, you know, along the way. We get out of our mindset that, you know, oh, it's because of this, is all because of that, then we'll move forward. Now, you know, we in the president talk, you know, I feel like, you know, the conversation, you know, gonna have a positive, you know, turnaround or whatever. I'm praying it does. It's just, you know, we just got to work together. Like it is a lot of separation with our alumni, our current community. And that's only because there's so many, you know, years of trauma and pain.
Right.
Like we've been at the bottom so long to where everyone just pointing fingers at everybody right now. And we just gotta, you know, take what we got and, you know, make the best of it at this point. Like we can't go no further down. I think that the next step to the bottom is actually just closing it down. But what's the point?
Okay, and so it's some people who share in your same sentiment, and I spoke to them today. But my question becomes, and I agree with you, it's this recruitment is about all of us, right?
Yeah.
And even with my daughter, I begged her, listen, because she had other options. Listen, give me an HBCU experience. Go to Valley. She grew up on the campus. She went to Valley. For homecoming, you know where she was? She's a student right now in the PhD program at Jackson State. My baby came back home to Valley. That's where her heart is. And I think that's where all of our hearts are. And I would beg to differ to say that we are at the bottom. You know, it may feel like we're at the bottom because when Kimbrough invested in that 18-wheeler and gave and donated that 18, man, that put us, to me, that added another element.
Was a great asset. But Angela, I'm gonna tell y'all something. One thing y'all gonna know about Amos, and I told this to the president too, he would tell y'all, I'm a reality person.
I'm listening.
Give false hope to our people. I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to be direct. When I speak, I say the things that people are afraid to say. Yes, it's good to have, you know, be positive. It's good. I preach positive. I'm a positive person. I fight our people each and every day. This is what I do for a living. But at some point, you have to be real with yourself and acknowledge where you at, so you can do these things.
So Amos, my question becomes, give me just a second, guys.
Okay.
Okay. And with that said, my question becomes, if we're talking about recruiting, what is the purpose? What is the purpose for the petition? Wouldn't that go against what you're trying to do?
I'm gonna play both. I'm gonna play both sides. I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons. Okay. And like I said, we all talked about this. In a way, yes. In a way, no. You have to understand, your people at the end of the day won't change. Okay. Just like Reg said, everything started from the top, from a leadership standpoint. You know, so if we haven't seen change in X amount of years, then guess what people are going to do? They're going to go to the dire situation. They're going to do things in order to force that change. So I understand why they did it, and I understand why, you know what I'm saying, we probably should have took a different approach. But you can't fault them for doing that, though. You just can't. You gotta look at the situation we're in. I see where y'all coming from, but you gotta look at the situation we're in. People are tired. They're fed up. I can't hear you.
So the question becomes, do you hate Dr. Briggs?
Oh no. What fun all of it? I didn't even know. I didn't know Dr. Briggs personally until yesterday.
Okay.
So how can I hate him as a person? Personally, it was never personal.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke out of passion. I always speak out of passion. I don't speak out of anger because who he is. I'm the reason why I was in the position that I was in is because I'm so verbal and I have a huge platform. So yes, it may look like I was being negative, but everything I spoke on was facts. Well, no make believe stuff.
So I don't think people thought you were, you hated him, but we just wanted to clear the air with that question.
I don't know. I didn't know him personally, so how can I hate him? It was
Rags,
Yes.
do you hate Dr. Briggs?
No, I don't hate him, period. You can't hate a person when you don't know him personally. The reason I went so vocal is because I wanted to find our alumni.
True.
Hello?
True. Now you still here? True.
Okay. I want to find our alumni to get them to wake up. And I was tired of them talking and doing a lot of talking when saying that. So I was just sharing some light. And if they gonna go to the president, you got to be able to go to the president with something. And as of now, we as alumni, we can't because we not growing. We ain't big. And they talking about Jackson State. They talked about Jerry Rice. We can't spend Jackson State money. We can't spend Jerry Rice money. Jackson State alumni have stepped up to the plate. Yes, they did because of Deion Southern, but I was trying to find our own alumni. We should have to wait on Jerry Rice, somebody else, to tell her what we need to do that need to be done. That's my thing I was doing.
And see, another thing too, Angela, and I'm finna get on alumni about this. Y'all do all talking as well, and we only have 700 people active in the National Alumni Association. That's a problem for me. So don't just talk, and you can't pay $100 a year just to even support your institution.
So we done lost him.
That's a lot, but I was there when they were out there on that field, guys, and they were talking about how much money was donated. So what do you say to that, Amos?
Man, look, them are donations from certain organizations.
And the same few, you still coming at the same few people.
And the same people just about every year they donate, them dollars, okay? So let's be 100. Out of all these graduates of Mississippi Valley State University, that's a slap in the face to only have 700 plus that's active with the National Alumni Association, but you care so much.
Well, what do you think the reason is that the people are not joining?
Oh, I know one reason, and I say this. One reason is because there's no growth at this point. That's one. People are not going to give money to a program or an institution that's not, elevating. I would say that. But all of that is we about to create that.
Well, one reason I've been talking to a lot of people, that's my goal to recruit. They waiting on certain people to step down that hold a position in an alumni association, on the local level, on the national level. But my thing is, you can't be outside looking in. You got to come in, and then if you come in, you can make the change. But our president, Jerryl Briggs, he has came, and I think he has done a tremendous job within the last year, trying to change the outlook of the other National Alumni Association. And he traveled. And this past summer, Steve Hayes and myself, we did a campaign for the recruitment campaign at my church, and we had a successful campaign, and we getting ready to do another campaign within the next 2 weeks on the 21st, hopefully. So you'll see that announcement come out, another recruiting campaign here in Sunflower County.
Okay, now guys, I want to take this time to play a clip of Dr. Briggs talking at the Voters League over in Greenwood, Mississippi. So give me a second. It's about 3 minutes.
For the sake of time, I will be short. I just had a few things that I did want to just touch on regarding Mississippi Valley State University. I first do want to thank Senator Jordan. I also see Representative Osborne for their just unwavering support for our institution. I really do. I mean, they really are speaking and pushing for us when we talk about the additional funding received. I do really appreciate all of those efforts to assure that Mississippi Valley State University continue to move forward. I really do. So I'm going to give them a round of applause for all that support. Thank you. Thank you. And also to Commissioner Rankins, just for his, again, unwavering support and pushing and making sure that our agenda is being heard about what we need and really understanding the importance of what all of our institutions bring to our state. We've been talking a lot here about the need for professionals in the medical field, other fields, but where do they get that grounding? Where do they get that grounding? At universities. They do. So that does speak about why we are just so important in providing those opportunities that we know we all need. And that's one thing that we really appreciated and pride ourselves on at Mississippi Valley State University is that we are part of this community. And we understand in growing a community, you need a healthy and strong university to be able to support that. So we're going to continue to do everything that we can to assure that our university remain healthy. You've heard about some of the funding that came to us this past year, and some of those projects are actually beginning. We actually open up the bids for the student union project tomorrow morning. And one challenge that we've been seeing because of COVID is that the price of construction has gone up quite a bit. But we're hoping that things will be in line with the funding that we have. And so we're really appreciative of that project. And actually, phase one of that project has already been completed. And that was the installation in the building of the Chick-fil-A that we now have on campus. Did you all know we have a Chick-fil-A now on campus? Well, if you didn't, we do. And so that was the first phase of the student union project, was to bring Chick-fil-A to the campus. And so we're going into our second year with that being open. But now it's time to complete the whole project. So again, those bids will be open sometime tomorrow afternoon. And other projects that were mentioned about our Lackey recreational facility, and really understanding that we are going to really be specific about how we prioritize our needs. We know that our infrastructure and deferred maintenance is a major challenge right now and a major concern. And that's why everything that we're doing.
Okay. Give me just a second why it went away. But if you guys want to watch it in its entirety, you can go to the Mike Magazine on Facebook or on YouTube. Watch it in its entirety. Now, if we find out tomorrow that this petition signed has in fact helped to remove Dr. Briggs, what will removing Dr. Briggs mean for the future of MVSU, Amos?
Well, like I said, I'm more focused on our people, and the branding of Mississippi Valley State University. I can't say what it's gonna do because I don't know. I don't know what in the past we have done certain things to remove certain people, and we still got the bad end of the stick. So I really just don't know. I can't really answer that question. So right now, like I said, I'm more focused on helping the athletic director, helping the band, helping the marketing, branding on social media, really take it to the mountaintop. I can't put too much negative into what's going on, because it just it kind of and I know I have to watch, everything that I do and everything that I say. So, because I do know my voice have a very, powerful influence. So, yeah.
Yes, you are very influential, because when you went live,
Yeah.
somebody sent it to me all the way from Texas. Okay. And so, and you are a Valley grad, but
Right.
you stretch way beyond Mississippi Valley. And what I would hate would be for somebody to try to silence your platform
Well,
because of
do
you
that.
being an activist,
Right.
because you are a voice, an effective voice in our community.
Right.
Rags.
Yes, ma'am.
Rags. What will
Yes, ma'am.
okay, with this petition, if we woke up tomorrow and found out that the petition played an intricate part in removing Dr. Briggs, what does that mean for the future of MVSU and the students who you are trying to recruit? I can't hear him.
Oh,
Rags, you're breaking
Angela.
up. Yes, you're breaking up.
Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go out to nobody's job. First of all, everybody need a job. But my thing is, if this gonna make Dr. Briggs wake up and be more vocal, more vigilant, I'm all for it. Now everybody needs a chance. So, but if we do get a new president, we got to have a plan, and IHL need to listen to who we want, and it'll change the image of the university. First of all, we got to have somebody that be willing to change the image and mindset. And public relations is terrible. We got to get back to public relations. As of now, we don't know what's going on. Like the game yesterday, $5 park, and high school kids would come in under 18. Nothing about that till the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to do some house cleaning and get some changes. So I don't know what it changed, but I know if we get somebody, a visionary, person that got Mississippi Valley State at heart, and a visionary, because the Bible says a man without a vision, a lack of vision will perish.
Right.
So Famous met with him. I don't know Dr. Briggs' vision. I sat down to him. Matter of fact, I just, hey, how you doing? He don't know me. This gonna wake him up and do right and be more vigilant. And that question I want to ask him, and that question, why they hadn't spent that COVID release money? That's the question I would like them.
Okay, and about the COVID relief money, he did talk about that at the Voters League when Senator Jordan invited he and Al Rankins. Now, you mentioned IHL. I heard you spoke with someone, a representative from IHL. How did that go, or can you talk about it?
No, I can't really talk about. I just heard that somebody went and spoke to him and said that Dr. Briggs doing a good job on behalf of the Alumni Association and stuff. That's the only thing I can just tell you all so
Okay.
about that. But that's some he said, but I really don't have no true fact to that
Right.
as well. But my thing is though, uh we need M&Ms. So, and I'll be glad to go to IHL. And so they always give us president who they want, but we have never been able to have a voice and help pick choosing our president at Mississippi Valley.
Because
And we don't have
I know at one time a lot of people wanted Dr. Hudson to be the president, if not
right.
interim president. And so with that being said, I do have a video of Dr. Rankin speaking, and I want to play that in just a second. Give me a second here, guys.
Anything else to come before us? Yes, ma'am.
I had one question for Dr. Rankins.
Okay. Dr. Rankin, can you answer the question? What is your question, ma'am?
there's a lot of talk that Jackson State is going to switch from the SWAC.
Oh.
And I just want to know, have you entertained that thought? Can you step to the mic and speak for us?
I don't think I need to speak because
because if Jackson State leaves the SWAC, you know, I'm hearing people say the homecomings are going to be different. It's going to change the atmosphere. I know we have Mississippi State here, and that IHL is over all of the universities within the state, and I think they're in the SEC, correct? And we're hearing that it's a possibility that Jackson State might leave the SWAC.
well, you know, there's a lot of talk in athletics. You know, in what I do every day, we really don't get involved in the day-to-day operations of athletics. And, you know, that's really a decision that the university would make and also negotiate with their current conference. But I'm not aware of any serious talks that are going on at this time.
Okay.
But again, that's really outside of the purview of what we do at the system office.
So what do you do?
I'm the commissioner for higher education. But we don't tell our universities what athletic conference they can belong to. That's a decision that's made by the athletic department along with the president.
Thank you. Yes, one more question. Okay, right here, and then you.
I had a question for Dr. Rankin.
Dr. Rankin.
Only because Mr. Cheney referred to you. Have negotiations between the hospital and the UMC broken down?
I really can't speak to that. I get a weekly report a monthly report, and I will meet with the leadership team at the medical center next week and see where they are. But, you know, I'm really not privy to comment on ongoing negotiations anyway. So I really can't comment on where the negotiations are. Commissioner Cheney, he can speak a lot more about those things than I can in my position.
That's understandable.
All right. Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor.
Dr. Rankin, who is the IHL board accountable to in this state?
Who?
The IHL what? Oh, who are they accountable to?
Well, I would answer that question the same. IHL board is just like every public body in this state. They're accountable to the citizens of Mississippi, would be my response.
Rags, what do you think of what you just heard?
He said accountability to the citizens of Mississippi.
Well,
that's the case. We ought to have an input in what's on the decision.
But is that what happens? Is that what happens in actuality? If you
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So that was
not at all.
Right. You think that was just a sound bite, or what do you think of his response to the questions? And
I think he said what needed to be said, but I think he with his answers as well. But everybody gonna say what they need to say to get, so they won't get in, so to keep the file off them at that particular time.
Okay.
So he said what he had to say at that particular time.
Now, you made mention of the crowd on yesterday, and we know that Jackson State just had College Game Day. ESPN was down in Jackson. They had an opportunity. They knew College Game Day was coming. Probably short notice, I don't know.
But they put it out there.
But they did put it out there. And we saw record numbers showing up to support Jackson State on College Game Day, in which that's ESPN. And we had ESPN yesterday on MVSU's campus. What did you notice about the crowd?
I got a chance I got a chance to see the game in the fourth quarter because I had a game last night, middle school game,
Okay.
and I noticed that they never would show the crowd. They
A
never would
lot of
show the crowd.
people called
Right,
me and said the same thing. They saw maybe a shot here and there, but never just a major crowd shot like with College Game Day.
right. And
Hmm.
that tell me we didn't have a whole lot of people, and the crowd wasn't worth showing on TV. That's what
Wow.
that told me.
As a alum, you felt like um the crowd shot was not worthy of being shown.
Right, right.
What could
And
have been
I
differently?
normally I get a chance to look at the attendance. I get online and see what the attendance was last night,
Hmm.
and it'll tell it, but they just didn't let folks know because if they did, I know for a fact we would have took a couple busload of kids from Gentry, our football team. We would have took all those kids over there last night
Hmm.
if
Hmm.
we knew about it. We would
Yes.
have did that. I knew we would have
Well,
did it.
somebody said that a response to them was we put it on Facebook. Did you hear about that?
Everybody don't do Facebook.
Hmm.
Everybody don't do Facebook. The question is, did they call the high school?
Mm.
Did they send faxes or anything to the high school? To the council office or the counselors? Could they inform the students and the coaches what was going on?
Hmm.
There's a lot of things. Back in the day, they used to have those swag posters. You know, when we used to go to the bank, double quick, you used to have all that, and they used to showcase. That
Yes.
we knew, and we didn't have social media then, but my daddy, when he was living, he didn't miss no football game, no basketball game. They knew when Valley had a home game. I've been
Hmm.
going to Mississippi Valley games since the age of 6.
Wow.
So as of now, we don't know what's going on, and if I was so active on social media and in tune with the university, I wouldn't know.
Wow. So I,
So
I I heard you mention that public relations is terrible. What do you mean?
yeah, uh, they don't have a relationship with the community anymore.
Wow.
You used to be able to call on certain people. We knew everybody who worked in certain the business office or
Hmm.
the recruiter office. You knew Miss Maxine Rush. You knew Dr. Curry back in the day when he was
Hmm.
on. We just knew people.
Hmm.
Then you go on campus now, you don't know nobody, and then they they talk to you like you ain't nothing sometimes.
Oh
On
wow.
special game day when you're trying to get on campus and stuff, I'm gonna give you that $20. I don't care nothing about that. I'll give you that $20. Then they harass you, tell you this and that, and then but we expect folk to give back, but you gotta treat us better.
Wow.
You can't
Wow.
talk to me. You can't talk to me any kind of way. And it was so ridiculous. Homecoming, it was a crying shame. And some of
Hmm.
these people, I don't know. I said, Lord, this is one day out of a year. Come on. But we want
Hmm.
folks to give back. And we just got to do it better and treat people. And I just think uh, our financial aid got to be straightened out. The financial aid office. We done lost students. I done
He
heard
mentioned
students.
that. He mentioned that. Hmm.
And our recruiter, I talked to the young lady last Friday when I was on the yard. She said she
Hmm.
got a lot of stuff to straighten out in the recruiting office. So that was a positive thing. And I've been talking to Dr. Harvey, our band director, and I've been helping him recruit, giving him
Hmm.
kids, man. And I must say, he jumped right on it.
Let me
He
ask
jumped
you.
right on
Let me ask you something. Between now and January, how many students do you believe can be recruited uh, into Mississippi Valley State University system in January when at the top of the year when school starts back?
it. Now to January, at least 400. We ought to be able to at least get 400.
Okay.
And that's just within the Delta. I ain't talking about out of state. That's just within the Delta. And
Mm-hmm.
those kids would come if they visit these schools. They got to get in out, and then Mississippi Valley needs somebody at Mississippi Delta every Thursday. I'll get them an
And
office.
let me ask you, and that was my next question. I was wondering what is the enrollment at the JUCO at the junior college right down the street from Mississippi Valley? Do you know what the enrollment is at the community college level?
It's down. It's down. I don't know the exact enrollment but I know it's down, but I think they might have 3,000 some students. When back in the day they used to average about 5. So I really don't know, but I can tell it's down because I'm on campus a lot, and you don't see the cars and like you normally see on campus like you used to. But
So is it safe to say that enrollment is down across the board?
yeah, statewide.
Okay.
Yeah, but everybody getting their share, but we losing the battle with through Alcorn. Alcorn really whooping our tail in the Delta with recruiting students. Our kids leaving the Delta that is going to college going to Alcorn.
Okay.
And if they ain't going to Alcorn, they going to Kahoma.
Oh wow.
And you got to look at what's going on. Kahoma got a nice band now.
Okay.
They got a choir. That's what's selling the kids at Gentry.
Okay.
And we got a good choir and Valley, and we got to get the band back, and that's gonna help the university. We got to get that band program back, and we got to get that football team to win.
Now
That's
I've
the two
heard.
big.
I'm sorry. I've heard students say that they have not had any type of interaction with Dr. Briggs, that he is not seen on the yard, on the campus amongst the students. What do you say about that? Have you heard that?
I have heard that, but I don't know, baby. I don't know. Every once in a while, I guess because he don't stay on campus. That's probably the problem.
I thought
And
he lived in the. I thought. Wait a minute, because these are some strong allegations. I thought the president had a presidential house.
yeah, but I heard that he don't stay on campus. So, and I can remember Dr. Sutton used to walk the campus in the evening time when I was there. And sometimes maybe he just got to get out and just walk more and just engage with the students. So, and then he got to have a life too. Now, I'm gonna tell you, Dr. Briggs do have a life too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what kind of schedule he has. So, but I just think from time to time he just got to make time, just get out and get among the student, get to know his student.
I saw a photo of him playing basketball when they
Okay.
did the
Oh, that was
pavilion.
at the pavilion, right? That was at the pavilion. So maybe he trying to do something. He trying.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna just be hard on Dr. Briggs. So
Mm-hmm.
hey, he human too, and he does have a life. So
Mm-hmm. Well, Rags, thank you so much for coming on, brother. It's been pretty informative, to say the least. No, a lot of people wanted to know the nature of the petition. So, with that being
yeah,
said,
and thank you, Angela. Let me say this.
mm-hmm.
About in Mississippi Valley, learn how to take care of their own and treat their own and reach out. You in journalism.
Right.
We the university should be using you like no other journalism in the state.
Wow.
Because you're a part of Mississippi Valley. So we got to learn how to utilize our alumni and
Wow.
each one of us can bring something to the table that can help that university. So they just got to learn how to utilize these folks. And I think that'll help them a whole lot.
I appreciate that. And with that being said, when you talked about your degree, when you got your degree and how you know that your talents and your degree is unmatched, we know people who went to other universities and things like that, but I'm just as good as them, is what I heard you say. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand on my education with Mississippi Valley. If you graduated from Mississippi Valley, you can make it anywhere in the world.
You can, because
and I tell people it's true. Let me say this: when I go recruit and talk about Valley, I said it's two things you got to learn about Mississippi Valley. You can make it in the world, and if you don't have no relationship with Jesus, you go to Mississippi Valley. I guarantee you'll get a relationship with it.
Yes, it teaches you life lessons, man. It teaches you how to make it in this world.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And
right.
Thank you so much, you
famous. Thank
you,
you,
Alan Thomas. Listen, we're wanting to try to get you guys on our radio show with G Wood Live with Mr. Lee Hall. It comes on every weekday, and we want you to come over and explain to our listeners exactly what you said to us today. And this is here is G Wood Live, Mr. Lee Hall, and myself, and we want to know how you guys feel and what you guys are thinking. So we want you guys to go download that app. G Wood Live is burgundy and white right there on your screen.
Okay.
And with
Okay.
that being said, I am going to go on and take us out. Thank you so much again, Rags.
And thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Continue doing what you're doing.
Will do.
You have a good one.
You too. All right, now we're going to shift gears just briefly here. There was an athletic director in the Mississippi Delta, Washington County area, and this athletic director over in Greenville, Mississippi, snatched allegedly a trophy from a principal. And I want to play this video, but the people in the community now, the stakeholders are now asking for an investigation into this matter. The people are asking for an investigation into this matter. The athletic director name is Marquise Washington, and they are wanting to know how, in fact, did he get hired? There are a lot of allegations around how he got hired. Okay. And his mother, allegedly, because I don't know if she's his mother or not, is where I'm from, we call them alderwomen. Okay, but in Washington County, Greenville, they call them councilmen or councilwomen. Okay, they are saying that his mom allegedly went over to her son's job and caused an uproar of some magnitude, and that she has been given favors for her son in an effort for him to get that job. And I know these are some strong allegations, and it's just not making sense. How is it that someone can give a favor to her to give her son a job? Well, it gets deeper than that. It's like a rabbit hole, because now they're saying that one of the school board members helped to push through and get this guy in as the athletic director. And now I'm hearing people say that they do not want to work with him. I will put this picture of him up on the screen. And again, a lot of people are saying they no longer want to work with this guy since this incident did occur for homecoming. That is him waving in the parade. And a lot of people are calling for an investigation into this matter because they are curious as to know what happened. Was he even punished, or was the other guy punished? Okay, Walter McDavid was the principal, and I'm going to play that video so you guys can actually know exactly what I am talking about. And again, this guy's mother is allegedly a councilwoman in the city of Greenville. So people are calling for an investigation, and they're wondering, how did he get this job? Because talks of favors, promises, and things like that have been thrown around. And when you are a public servant, you're not supposed to indulge in that type of behavior. And again, like I said, those are some strong allegations, and the people want to get down to the bottom of it. And here's the video. Just about everyone in the world of SWAC and news, sports, entertainment knows that Deion Sanders was pushed by Eddie Robinson Jr. about 2 weeks ago. Eddie Robinson also went along and he apologized later to Deion Sanders. But boy, oh boy, the same problem happened in Greenville Public School District when the brand new athletic director snatched, according to witnesses, the trophy out of the hand of a principal in the school district by the name of Mr. Walter McDavid. Let's take a listen to the video.
This is a damn trouble on me, man. Man, you get back. I ain't want to be seen for nothing. And for what? This is a damn trouble on me, man. Man, you get back. I ain't want to be seen for nothing. And for what?
This trophy is said to have been snatched from the principal in front of students. Mr. Washington then proceeds to present the trophy that was allegedly snatched and presented to the winning team.
All right, listen. on behalf of the athletic department here at Greenville Public Schools, congratulations to the winners of the crosstown rivalry, Coleman Tigers.
According to the Mississippi Code of Ethics that govern educators, okay, Standard 5, educator collegial relationships, it states an educator should always maintain a professional relationship with colleagues both in and outside the classroom. When you drop down to Section C, it goes on to say interfering with a colleague's exercise of political, professional, or citizenship rights and responsibilities that is unethical according to the Mississippi Code of Ethics Standards of Conduct. Citizens in the community explained to the Mike magazine that the tradition of the trophy goes from one principal to the next and has been like that for years. Community stakeholders say they are not pleased with the fact that the new athletic director has changed the tradition. Even the students expressed their outrage with the unprofessionalism that was displayed in front of them on Thursday night after the championship game. Please take a listen. This is raw footage. Be mindful that you may hear some language that may be foul. Community stakeholders tell the Mike magazine they wonder who the next victim will be. The Mike magazine was also told that the past athletic directors never interfered or interrupted the tradition, even with basketball. The principals were the ones who presented the trophies. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, all of our social media platforms. Angela Buckney here, the voice behind the mic. And in other news, during college game day down in Jackson, there was an anchor at a local affiliate who had a young lady. It was sent to me out of the Jackson area. And so I went and looked into it, and it's on TikTok. I do have a video on TikTok, but I also have one on YouTube. Might want to go check that out. And this here is Miss Barbie Bassett. Okay. And Miss Barbie Bassett goes on the air and she makes a comment about the grandmammy recipe. A lot of people wanted to know what was her problem. Okay. And she works for WLBT. Not sure if she still works there. But she made the comment to a young Black colleague of hers who was out in the field talking. She made the comment that she needed to go to the Kroger and go and get a chocolate pie. And then she turned around and said, well, you can get a pecan pie, either one. And you need to go over there and try to serve it up and get a recipe from your grandmammy, some from your mother or your grandmammy. And I might be misquoting her, but that's why I said I want you guys to go and listen to it for yourself, okay? Because the comment was made, and she later issued an apology for the comment that she had made to her young Black colleague who was out there covering college game day, Jackson State versus Southern University, which was a major game in the state of Mississippi. Okay, so I didn't have time to get that video and pull it and things like that, but I do want to encourage you to go and watch it right there on YouTube. Thank you, Uncommon Woman, for always chiming in and making sure that you are supporting the Mike magazine. We truly appreciate it. Now, Angela Buckney here, Delta Sip, where we sip slow and talk what we know. And now I gotta go.